Good afternoon there, kids. This is Blumpkin here, Nick Blumpkin. We're here from Fuzzy Blumpkin's Training Incorporated. Today our training session is going to be teaching you on how to change a tire appropriately.
That's right, Brett. First step to properly changing the tire is locating your service manual, which I will demonstrate right now.
Now, Nick, where do most people keep their manuals?
Right in the glove box.
That's great. Step one is awesome. All right.
After you've probably located your service manual, the first step that the manual states is make sure you're parked on a level surface, which we have right here. The next step is to make sure that your four-way flashers are on.
As you can see me pushing right here. The third step is to make sure that your car is in park, which it is. Now, finally, you want to locate your jack, your spare tire, and your lug nut remover. Now, as you can see, my trunk pop is right here. I'll pop that, step outside around back, and we will locate the spare tire, which happens to be under this sweet little rug here. Lift up a little cover, and look what we got here.
Why don't you bring
Sir,
it in here?
Please zoom in. Please zoom in. Here's our wonderful spare tire. Here's the jack arm. And under this plastic cover, we got the jack. And we have the lug nut remover in here, as well as a spare lug nut. Thank you.
The next part of the manual says to make sure whatever wheel you have to change, you put an object behind the opposite wheel to make sure that the car doesn't roll. So in this instance, we are going to be changing this tire right here. So you need to block the rear passenger wheel with an object.
Now, Nick, is this good enough to block that tire from rolling?
That looks fantastic.
Let's go put it down.
Let's go
there.
wedge it behind the tire.
Well, look at this. You just take that there and shove it in there, and your wheel's blocked.
Now that's perfect. After that step has been accomplished, we have to remove the hubcap.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do that, Brett.
Now see here, it says you can take your tire iron and wedge it right under there and just pop it off like so. Okay.
Step 7 of the manual states that you make sure you loosen the lug nuts prior to jacking the car up.
Like so. Place your tire iron on there, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So you tell me which way we're going, folks. See, these guys are coming off pretty easy here. Now we're just loosening them, right, Nick? We're not taking them off?
That's right, Brett. You're just loosening them. You don't want to take all the lug nuts right off right yet.
Now I have a suggestion for you folks out there. Some of these lug nuts get pretty bolted on there, I guess you could say. So I suggest carrying some sort of leverage device in your trunk. Like these pipes here. You slide this in here, offers all sorts of leverage for those tough lug nuts that you can't quite turn. The next step of your manual says to jack the car up. But first you got to make sure your jack is in the correct position. It may vary from car to car, but my manual here says there's these two bolts back here that you got to put the jack between. Here, I have located them. We will now begin to jack the jack. Nick, I'll hold it while you jack it. Look at that go up. Perfect. We'll line it up with our position. Okay.
Okay, folks, now that the car's been jacked up, as you can see, the next step is to make sure you remove the lug nuts by turning them counterclockwise.
Nick, we're lucky we just have 4 lug nuts on this here car. I don't know what you think, but I hate the ones with more than 4.
Let me help you out here, Brett.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay, I think you can turn it off.
Now, once we got the lug nuts off here, my dad always told me, place them inside your hubcap there so you don't lose them. Proceed to remove the tire from the car. Take your spare tire, place it back on the car, and then we will continue putting it back together.
Alright, we've located our spare tire, so now you have to mount it on the wheel.
Now this here can get tricky trying to find the hole. Some of you people may think you're experts at that, but I don't care what you say. Finding the hole on a tire is pretty hard. As you can probably tell. What's next, Nick?
The next part, Brett, is to make sure you put the lug nuts on by turning them clockwise this time. Now, as you can tell, I found them right in the hubcap where he placed them earlier.
Simple. Now, is there any certain way I have to put these on?
Yes, you want to put them in alternate sides. It doesn't matter the first one, but make sure you do the opposite side next.
So if I put this top one on, I should place the bottom one right here.
Correct, Brett. That's where you want to put the second one.
All right.
Now, don't make sure you tighten them up yet. Just put them on loose, just so they're there to hold it.
All righty. Now, folks, as you can see, this is not a clean job. So when you have a flat tire, you need to be ready to get dirty. Otherwise, you better have good AAA.
Okay, now that we just put our bolts on by hand, or lug nuts on by hand, you gotta make sure you drop the car down off the jack. Make sure you do this nice. Don't try and kick the jack out.
You want to do it slow, otherwise you're going to have some real issues here with your car. Slowly but surely. The tortoise won the race, remember. As you can see, the jack is getting quite loose now. We could probably slide it right out. Not yet. There we go. Car is on the ground.
Now that you put the car down, Brett, what do you think's next? What do you think we should do next?
I'm not sure. Let me think about that. We have to tighten the lug nuts.
That we do. So let me give you the proper tool.
Thank you. Obviously, you put the tire iron on here, and like I said before, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Now, as you can hear, that bad boy needs some WD-40. That's alright, though. That's alright. Now, here you want to make sure you go alternate, especially while you're really tightening the bolts. Ooh, that was my shin. See, that is a safety issue. You guys need to be careful when you're doing this. The jack could fall on you, you could get hit in the shin like so. And not only that, but if you're doing this on the side of the road, you have cars driving by you. That's why it's pertinent to have your four-way flashers on.
Brett, I'd like to interrupt you. I don't know if your lug nuts are on tight enough. So I brought you a nice pipe to give it a little more leverage.
Oh, you mean the same pipe we used to loosen them?
Yes, that same pipe.
Oh, it does come in handy. All right. Once again, you put that on there. Righty, tighty. Whoa. This one's still loose enough for me to do it.
Okay, folks, well, we're almost done here. We got the tire on, lug nuts are tightened down. Next part would be putting the hubcap on, which Brett's about to show you right now.
Well, make sure you're gentle with your hubcaps. I've broken a few of these in my day. You want to set her on there and give her a good smack. Look at that. Good as new. Now, your next step here, you don't want to leave any of your tools behind. Make sure you pick them up. Tire iron, check.
Lead pipes,
check. Most important of all, your jack and jack arm. Check. Oh, Nick, don't forget your service manual.
That is very important for the next time. We need to change a tire.
As you can see, we've had a successful tire changing here. We hope we've shown you the correct procedures, and now you can do it on your own. This has been a Fuzzy Blumpkin Training Incorporated production.